All right. Like I said, thanks for joining us, everybody. Let's get into this. A lot to talk about. Let's start with some voicemails.
Hi, Jesse. Hi, Brittany. My name is Idra from Maryville, Indiana. I am a longtime listener, first-time caller. I'm just calling in regards to the dash cam video released in the Philando Castile trial, and I am utterly disgusted. How, after looking at that video, how could these jurors say that that officer is not guilty? So let's go to class as we break down this video. First he calls in and says the suspect looks like a possible, Phil looks like a possible suspect in a robbery based on the narrow of his nose, how big his nose is. How can you even determine that looking at a moving vehicle? So his excuse was to pull him over that he had a broken tail light, which when you look at the video, he does. He pulls him over and he asks Phil, hey, your light is out, blah, blah, blah. Do you have your license and registration? So let's assume that, like most men, he has his wallet in his back pocket. He still has his seatbelt on, so sometimes you have to unbuckle your seatbelt to adjust and grab your wallet out. So in the process of him doing this, he goes, officer, I have a weapon in the car, which is fine. But then instead of reacting in a rational way, he immediately panics and you hear it in his voice. The officer did. And while Phil is probably still reaching for his wallet to get his license and registration out, the officer says, don't reach for it. What am I not supposed to reach for? Am I not supposed to reach for my wallet? Or am I not supposed to reach for a weapon that I wasn't even reaching for in the first place? And then he shoots this man 5 to 7 times with a child in the back. How is that even possible? He should have even went in jail for child endangerment for loading his weapon like that with a child in the back seat. I just don't understand. Thank you guys, for letting me leave this message. Brittany, I love you, but Jesse, you are awesome. Bye.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. We were definitely going to talk about this today because the police department there in Minnesota released their footage, their dash cam footage, and the mic'd audio of the police officer who killed Philando Castile. You said your name very fast. I have written down Asia, but then I heard Dietra. So, caller.
You're looking at me for help.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, listen, you made awesome points. First of all, I never thought about he did say that he resembled a suspect because of his wide set nose was the words that the cop used. Mm-hmm. How the fuck do you see that in a moving car from which you're behind? I don't, that doesn't make any sense. There's a lot of inconsistencies about what the cop said right after the incident that don't line up with what he said in the radio calls too.
Yeah, I also want to talk about what the cop told the investigators. I don't know if you want to play the clip first or if we can talk about what he told the investigators, because he said that he smelled burnt marijuana and that is what made him fear for his life.
Wait.
And this is the quote. I thought I was going to die. And I thought if he has the guts and the audacity to smoke marijuana in front of the 5-year-old girl and risk her lungs and risk her life by giving her secondhand smoke and the front seat passenger doing the same thing, then what care does he give about me? And I let off the rounds, and then after the rounds were off, the little girl was screaming. So you're worried about the marijuana and the lungs.
Yeah.
But the 7 shots,
two of which didn't hit him. 2 of which, point blank, you asshole, you didn't hit Philando Castile.
Yeah, so where did those go?
Right.
That's scary.
Yeah. And again, listen, I'm angry about this from a macro sense. I say asshole. This guy's probably not an asshole. he certainly isn't cut out to be a police officer. He's too fearful about a man who posed no threat. That's the problem here.
I think there could be an argument made for the asshole thing.
Yeah.
Because of the racial profiling, or what seems to be racial profiling.
Yeah.
And I think that when you do that, he's walking into this situation at a heightened level, almost presuming guilt, kind of.
I'm coming at it from that's an implicit bias.
Yeah.
That's ingrained in him. He doesn't really even know about it. It's not like, yeah, I'm going to get this fucking black guy. I'm just trying to paint him in the most positive light that I can, because going forward, I'm not going to say nice things. Mm-hmm. He killed an innocent man. A man who posed zero threat. A man who said, and we're going to get to the tape, hey, I just want to let you know I have a weapon on me. Is that criminal behavior? Is that how someone who's going to gun you down? Do you think criminals who are going to murder a cop, they want to level the playing field? Hey, partner, I just want to let you know, for the sake of honor, I got a gun too.
3, 2, 1.
Pull your gun!
Yeah.
That's not how it fucking works in the real world.
Yeah.
The citizen, smoking weed or not, that doesn't matter. It's not like he had a kidnap victim and that you were afraid for someone's life. You smelled weed. Calm down.
Well, and that's what the argument was by the cops' attorneys. They were saying that because he was stoned, quote unquote, that he is partially responsible for his own death because he was unable to follow directions because he was stoned.
He was following...
Stoned, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Because, of course, we don't know, right? THC stays in your system for a while. You can't really tell what level of intoxication someone is based on just having it in your system.
And I also wanted to say to Dietra, the one of the charges was negligent discharge of a firearm because of the fiance and the daughter and her daughter being in the back seat. So that was one of the charges on which he was acquitted. It's fucking outrageous. Thanks for the call. We have one more on Not a Shocker, the same topic.
Hola, persons. John from Pennsylvania checking in again. Well, happy belated birthday, Brittany. I saw your post on Facebook this morning of the New York Times article on Philando, Castile, and the inequities of the system towards African-American gentlemen and the police force. And the thing that kept running through my mind was all the apologists and counter excuses that not all cops are racist, not all cops are bad cops. But here's the thing, guys. If you work on a police force and you see a bad cop and you don't say anything about it for whatever reason, either you're new to the job and you don't want to ruin your career and that guy's been there 20 years and he's got clouds and he knows people, or it's the fraternal brotherhood of police, or for whatever reason, or you think that guy actually deserved it, that was whatever by that bad cop, and you say nothing, that means legally you're an accomplice, and as far as I'm concerned, you're a bad cop too. So until cops start stepping up to the line and saying something when they see something, they're going to have a problem with their image. Kind of what I'm thinking in my head right now. But anyway, again, happy birthday, Brittany. You survived another year. Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Survived another year is one way to put it.
Not really setting the bar very high.
Hopefully, I continue to survive other years. We'll see.
He said something there more succinctly than I've said it in the past, but it's something I've been saying for a long time. And let me sum up what he said. If a good cop sees a bad cop being a bad cop and doesn't say anything, that good cop isn't a good cop. He's also a bad cop. There's a quote that is unattributable. People think it's Edmund Burke, but it's not. That the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Well, you take that a step further. Good men who do nothing in the face of evil are not good men. And that's what we have here in America. We're unarmed. Predominantly black men are being goddamn gunned down. You know, Raina, longtime loyal listener from Indiana, she tweeted the other day something very profound that her grandfather said at dinner. Her great-grandfather, I'm sorry. And it is that it is impossible to be unarmed when our blackness is the weapon they fear. That is a powerful, powerful sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
That there is no way to be an unarmed black man when you're carrying around black skin. So whether or not he had a gun, he was armed in the mind and the psyche of this cowardly, afraid fucking cop. That might be harsh. I'm getting the eyes.
I'm not giving you eyes. I have been particularly frustrated because I used to be a knee-jerk cop defender. Mm-hmm. And we've talked about this. Because of how I was raised and how the cops intervened in moments in my childhood home where they made me feel safe and made everything okay when things were not okay.
The chaos stopped when they arrived.
I then projected that onto all other situations, which is very irrational, right? My personal experience, as though it's representative of the general population, right?
But you know what? That's what you carry with you, because that's what you have. It's your experience that you base your judgment and your view on.
Right. So everyone needs to take a step back and realize that their personal experience is not representative of the general population. And all of these people who continue to defend the police based on how the police have treated them, how the police have treated their friends, the cop friend that they have, whatever it might be, it's time to listen to what marginalized communities are saying about how they're treated. It's time to watch these videos and really let it sink in. It's time to ask the NRA why they're silent when this case aligns perfectly with what they're constantly talking about. You have this Wayne LaPierre, right? This Wayne LaPierre. And in 1995, he wrote in a fundraising letter, quote, "In Clinton's administration, if you have a badge, you have the government's go-ahead to harass, intimidate, and even murder law-abiding citizens." Well, that's what just happened.
And the NRA fucking crickets. Nothing from them.
I mean, this is what pisses me off.
Well,
and then you have people continuing to defend. And what I hope from people that are me 2 years ago, or as recent as 2 years ago, probably, this knee-jerk defense of the police. Pause. Stop thinking about your own experience and think about what's happening for people that are being victimized here.
Also, you don't even have to put yourself in Philando Castile's shoes, because oftentimes what happens when I try to have that happen in a conversation is, well, I wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have been smoking weed, I wouldn't have, all these other factors. None of all those other factors do anything to cloud the issue, which is always or oftentimes the intent. And as far as the NRA is concerned, are they a white gun owner advocacy group, or are they a gun owner advocacy group? Which is it? Because it seems like they are white identitarians, like Richard Spencer and his fucking monkeys. That's what it seems like to me. When you're silent, when a law-abiding citizen gets gunned down in the street for a faulty brake light, that is a problem. Now let's get to the tape. This first clip is the municipality released about an 11-minute tape, dash cam footage. This is 2 minutes and 24 seconds. This is right when the cop gets to the window and starts to speak, and it runs for 2 minutes and 24 seconds.
Well, sir, Good. How are you? Good. Reason I pulled you over, your brake lights are out. So you only have one active brake light, and that's going to be your passenger side one. Your third brake light, which is up here on top, and then this one back here is going to be out. You have your license and insurance?
I do have a firearm on me.
Don't reach for it then. Don't pull it out.
Don't pull it out.
You just killed my boyfriend. He wasn't reaching. Don't pull it out. He wasn't. Don't move. Oh man, I can't. Don't move. Don't move. Oh my God, I'm shaking. Don't move. Don't move, baby. Code 3. Get the baby girl out of here. Don't move, sir. Don't move. Move, babe, please. Whatever you 6921, give up. Back here, code 3. Shots fired. Stay with me. Medics, code 3. We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back. And the police, he's covered. They took my his license. He's carried the license to carry. He was trying to get out his ID and his wallet out his pocket. And he let the officer know that he had a firearm and he was reaching for the wallet. And the officer just got him. Ma'am, just keep your hands where they are. I told him not to reach for it. I told him to get his hand open. You have to get his ID, sir, his driver's license. Oh my God. Tell me he's dead. Please don't kill my boyfriend. Just keep your hands where they are, please. Yes, I will, sir. I'll keep my hands where they are. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
And this Yanez, as afraid as he is, I have no sympathy. Because Philando Castile is dead, and you hear him whimpering and dying on the audio tape.
It's also been reported that his last words were, "I was not reaching for it."
That is it. Listen.
Sir, I have to tell you, I do have a firearm on me.
Don't reach for it then.
Don't pull it out.
Don't pull it out. You just killed my boyfriend. He wasn't reaching.
He says, don't pull it out. He says, I'm not pulling it out. And then he rapidly fires 7 rounds. 2, I believe, in his heart. And the last thing he says is, I wasn't reaching. I wasn't reaching for my gun that I legally own. And now this cop is going through the motions. Now he's acquitted, is what the deal is. He's acquitted. He didn't unlawfully kill, unlawfully take the life of Philando Castile. He's a regular citizen. Go about his life. Get another cop job. Apparently, they're not going to hire him as a cop coming back in this particular municipality. But he can go anywhere else and try to get a job as a cop because he didn't unlawfully discharge his weapon.
Something I want to highlight is how Diamond Reynolds, the passenger, Philando's girlfriend, is how she's treating the officer, right? And the aftermath of what just happened, what she knows is wrong. Her narrating is perfect. It illustrates exactly what happened in real time.
Right.
And she keeps calling him sir.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my hands here, sir. Even though he just killed her boyfriend. And she knows I have to be calm because if I lose it, that's going to be my fate too. Right?
Right. It's her childhood training.
And so she's saying, I'm keeping my hands here, sir. You just shot him, sir. Keeping a level tone in her voice, saying, sir.
Gotta respect the man. Otherwise, you might end up dead too.
And it's unbelievable.
Philando Castile, by all accounts, was a model citizen. People in his community loved him. I think his nickname was something like Mr. Rogers with dreads or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is murder. Unintentional, maybe. This wasn't premeditated, I don't believe. But we have a problem in this country where cops have carte blanche, the rights to treat citizens, especially black ones, however the fuck they want. After this incident, this killing, this gunning down of an innocent man in the street, they handcuffed the fiancée and stuffed her into the back of a police cruiser with her daughter. That video with audio has also been released. And this, to me, is maybe more heartbreaking than anything else.
Fuck! Mom, please stop saying cusses and screaming because I don't want you to get shielded. Okay, give me a kiss. My phone just died, that's all. I can keep her safe. It's okay, I got it, okay? Come here. I can't believe they just did that. Damn. So nowhere I could take these bitches off? No, please, no. I don't want you to get shooted.
Turn around and grab something real quick.
Mom, Daddy, they not gonna shoot me, okay? But you're scared. I'm already in handcuffs. Don't take them off. If you like, take them off and you know everything's
At
fine.
694, we're going to throw a 2.2 David Boyd thing.
I wish this town was safer. The other towns, we was living in. That's true. I don't want it to be like this anymore.
Are you kidding me? We are witnessing the next generation of black American be afraid of the cops. Inside of a minute clip. When white people say, well, they just need to respect the cops, act differently. How the fuck is that supposed to happen? When a kid who's 5 years old, who's 6 years old, this is her introduction to the fucking police in America. Jackbooted fucking thugs who kill her mom's fiance. This is fucking disgusting. How is she not supposed to go on in life being deathly afraid, justifiably afraid of the police? She's pleading with her mom. Don't curse. Don't scream. I don't want the cops to have justification to kill you two. This is not America. This is not the way things should work. Where are the good cops? And then they line up these idiots on CNN, on Fox News, who justify this. Well, the cop did everything right. No, he didn't. Because if he did everything right, Philando Castile would be at work right now, not fucking dead.
It's almost like people don't want to listen, right? And that tape is hard to watch. It's hard to listen to because you just want to hug that child, right? But people need to watch this, right? Because this is a reality. And it's time to stop viewing things from your own perspective, and it's time to start listening, right? And realize what's happening to people. And that child's 5 years old. And she already has this idea in her head that her mom shouldn't yell because she's going to get killed.
Yeah.
That she shouldn't talk loudly. That she shouldn't use a bad word. I mean, think about that. Those aren't crimes.
Yeah, none of that is illegal.
And she's, I'll protect you. A child shouldn't have to be saying that to their parent. This is something that's going to stay with her whole life.
Oh, yeah. We have problems in this country, and it's only when we all band together and let the system know that we are fucking fed up with this. And it's going to take everyone, white, black, all of us. This will not be tolerated anymore. And the system needs to start responding by punishing perpetrators of crime against the members of the black community. Am I saying that everybody who gets killed by police shouldn't have been killed? No, absolutely not. But God damn it, if we can't get the ones right where it's obvious, it clouds the entire issue. It puts into question every single police shooting when these happen as often as they do. The Washington Post did a study, and they came to the conclusion that unarmed black men are 7 times more likely to die at the hands of the police than whites. 7 times. That's not just a problem. That's an epidemic. And something needs to be done. As always, we would like to hear from you. 657-464-7609. I doubt it at Dollemore.com. I'm going to take a break. It won't be a break for the listeners. But it'll be a break for me. I need to get my shit together.